Hi, this is Sarah Mikesell with thepigsite.com, and today we're here with Brett Stuart. He is the president of Global AgriTrends. So thanks for being with us today, Brett.
Thanks, Sarah. Nice to be here.
Let's talk a little bit about global trends in the swine industry.
Yes, that's a pretty big, broad topic, and it's a very important topic. Today, the U.S. is exporting roughly 20 to 22% of our production. And unlike the domestic markets, which are relatively stable, the international markets are very dynamic. Probably the biggest story in the global pork markets today is China. China represents half of the pigs on the planet, and so any blip in Chinese inventory can have major ramifications around the world. China's hog market has cycled. They are having very tight supplies. It has driven their hog prices to all-time record highs. Those high Chinese hog prices are now double the price of U.S. hogs, which is incredible when you think of half the hogs in the world now priced at double the U.S. prices. So when that happens, imports become a component for China. China produces 98% of their own pork, but that 2% they import represents roughly 2 to 3 million tons of pork. And so today that market's red hot. China is scouring the world to try and gather pork supplies to offset that overheated market. As a result, we're seeing a lot of European pork go into China. It's coincidental but very fortuitous for Europeans who have been in an oversupply situation since the 2014 Russian ban on European pork. That banned 400,000 tons of European pork. So this opening in China is a natural fit. European pork now represents about 67% of all the pork going into China. U.S. is going in, but at a smaller rate. We have some restrictions by the Chinese government over feed additives that we use that has made it difficult for us. But we're still shipping 55 to 65 million pounds of pork a month to China. And so as we watch that market, it's important to understand that market is pulling all available supplies today. Canadian supplies, European supplies, U.S. supplies, even Brazilian supplies. But Chinese hog farmers, you got to make sure you realize this, Chinese hog farmers are making enormous profits. Profits today are over $150 a head. That level of profit will drive expansion in China. There's no way around it. The money is too good. And so as those farmers in China begin to expand, it takes time. It probably takes longer than it does in North America, but additional production will hit that market. And so as I look into 2017, I see some concerns here that we could see that market tip over. As we see additional production come on the market, those prices could drop. Demand for imported pork will likely fall from China in 2017. That's important because, as I just mentioned, we have a lot of EU pork in the market, a lot of Canadian pork, and that pork has got to go somewhere. Unfortunately, that's going to coincide with a larger U.S. production in 2017. And so we're in a bit of a spot where there's a bit of a caution flag into 2017.
Very good. Well, thank you so much, Brett, for all the information.